Hello. Happy Thursday. Hope you have had a good week. I was going to say you're having a good week, but we're winding down. We're getting to the end. Things have been a little hectic around here, a little crazy, lots going on. But I'm happy to be here with you tonight, and we're going to cover something that we've covered before. Love It, Chop It. Love It, Chop It is a hashtag that you might see floating around in various Facebook groups and on YouTube, even in some of my classes. And so I thought this would be a good time to cover it again. We've got so much great designer series paper, and it's perfect for that. So I'm going to give it a couple more minutes while people come on in. And I also want to talk to you about what's happening on March 5th. I hope that you have noticed the event. It's on this page that you're watching me on right now. If you haven't, right when we're done, go check on the event. On March 5th, I have a day-long Stampin' Up! I'm calling it a workshop. It's kind of a party, it's a workshop, it's a combination of things. I've never done it before. Usually I come on and I do something and then I go about my merry way. This, I won't be live from 12 to 9. I would be dead by then. But at noon, I will come in and talk about what's going to happen and what your schedule is and what to expect. Kind of short. But this is on the 5th. Now it's during the week. So some of you might be at work, which is really okay. I'll record it. There will be some contests that you can pop in and look at throughout the day. There will be times posted so you know when to come back and look. I have giveaways. I have some great packages of product that you might want. And then at 8 o'clock, we're going to do a make and take. We're going to do some giveaways. So at 8 o'clock, I will be live again, which is more my normal time on Thursdays. Okay? All right, so just right now, all you need to do is save the date, March 5th. The easiest way to do that is to say you're interested or you're going to the event in Facebook, and then you will get reminders from Facebook so that you don't have to remember. Okay? All right, cool. One more thing I need to tell you. I am leaving for a week, so I won't be here next week. I'm going on a family vacation. We're taking a cruise out of New Jersey to Florida and the Bahamas. We'll be back in a week. I am super, super excited. My mom is celebrating her 88th birthday, and we are celebrating it with her on the cruise with Grace and Lucy, my models that I frequently use in my layouts, my daughter and her husband, my sister, and my husband. So we're a small group, but we're mighty, and we are super excited. So it's been kind of a maddening, crazy, get organized, pull out the summer clothes. Do we need summer? Do you need winter? What are we going to need? It's going to be cold when we leave and then cold when we come back. And so anyway, we've never done it this way before. I'm super excited. And Mom's excited but a little nervous. And we have rented a scooter for her, so she'll be bombing around the ship. It should be fun. I do have the internet on my phone, so I'll be able to, it's the Zoom or Room or something package. So I don't think I'll be doing any Facebook Lives. I tried that when we went to Greece and it didn't work very well. But I will stop in and say hi periodically. I will post photos so you can see what we're up to. But don't look for me next week. I won't be here in any Facebook Lives. So I'm excited. One more thing, and if you noticed, at all of our Facebook pages, hi ladies, are saying, let's learn techniques, right? March is going to be a month of techniques. We've done a month of simples and scrapbooking. We are going to dive into a month of techniques. Now they could be used as embellishments on your layouts. There'll still be some free simples popping up on a weekly basis. You'll see them in the free classroom. They might not be in our Facebook Lives because we'll be doing techniques, but I wanted you to we're going to do some other things. We're going to do some watercolor. We're going to do some embossing, some heat embossing, some dry embossing, lots of cool stuff. So that's what March is going to be all about. But tonight is all about Love It, Chop It. Love It, Chop It was the brainchild of another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, Kylie. And the reason she started this idea was that all of us have packages and packages of designer series paper that we love. We love it so much that we can't cut it. So we save it. And it just builds up as paper. I'm going to show you. It just builds up in the drawer, right? Because you love it. And you're just going to save it because it's so cool, right? You know. No, we are going to love it and chop it. And, oh, use it. So, here's the card that I made using the Love It, Chop It technique. I'm going to show you how this works. If you look in the classroom, which remember, if you're not in there, you want to go to caramiller.com, click on Classroom, and look for the free 2020 class. And it's everything that I do in Facebook Lives. All the materials are in that free class. It's free. Never will you be charged for that. There are some classes that have fees to them, but that's a free one. There's quite a few free ones in the classroom, so kind of wander around, get a peek. In there, the free 2021, you will see a PDF that you can print out, and it will give you this. Now, I don't have any leopard print paper, but I kind of liked that. So this leopard print refers to pattern paper. And then it shows you how we're going to cut our 2 layers. So basically what you're going to do is pre-cut. Oh, one more thing. While you're at caramiller.com, make sure that you sign up for my mailing list if you're not already on it. I send out specials on there. I tell you things there that I might not tell Facebook for a few days. You might miss it if it's posted on Facebook. Facebook is moving so quickly that if you aren't on when it happens, it may flow down the page and then you miss it. So if you are subscribed to the mailing list, it'll get delivered right to your mailbox. I don't do a ton. If I'm home, you might get 2 a week, but generally it's 1. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to start with our designer series paper, the 12 by 12 version. So let me move some of this over. And this is the Birthday Bonanza designer series paper. And I'm starting with this cardboard back here because remember, all of the Stampin' Up! Paper tells you what the coordinating colors are that go with it. I suggest you pick 2 or 3 coordinating colors. You don't have to do them all. In the cardstock so that you can have your card created and everything coordinates. It's super easy, okay? So pick 2 or 3. Tonight I picked Basic Black, Coastal Cabana, and Whisper White, okay? You could pick lots more. It doesn't really matter. It's your collection. And you're going to start, so once you've done that, you don't need this, although a good thing to do with this is to cut out this piece and hold on to it so that you have it. So I'm going to do that with my trimmer. And I don't need the foreign language, I just need the English. Get up there. Because I don't read in another language. I suppose I could learn French. But I'm still going to keep this so it's not so teeny because I could lose it. So this is the Birthday Bonanza and it's got the coordinating cardstock. So I have that. Okay. Next, I'm going to start with my 12 by 12. Now I don't have a full pack anymore because I've been using this already, even though I do love it. This is the Birthday Bonanza, and it's all about the koala and the lion and the toucan, but the backs are great patterns too that you would use on a lot of different things, all right? So this, you are going to cut, as it shows us right here, you're going to cut at 3 3/4, 7 1/2, and 11 1/4. All right. I do that first, and then I'm going to cut this way. So if I cut this along, then I will have a nice strip that's 3/4 of an inch by 12. More useful than a bunch of little pieces. Okay. And I am going to test my trimmer. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Some of these are upside down. Okay, so I have 4 sheets. And my first one is going to be 3 3/4. There's that. Now, because I'm just going to move it along, I'm just going to go 3 3/4 3 times. All right? But if you wanted to know what those sizes actually were, you want to make sure that you have a nice, you want to cut nice and straight, nothing crooked. 3 3/4. And one more. Hello, Dallas. Hey, Debbie, Joyce. All right, 3 3/4, right? Okay, so now I have this strip 3/4 of an inch left over. And now I'm going to cut these at 5. There's 5. Notice that I had 4 sheets of paper, and I am ending up with a whole bunch of card fronts. Save this little piece, right? So if you're thinking, well, I don't know that I want to cut everything. Well, don't cut everything. Cut half of it. Cut half a pack and save half a pack. If you are thinking that you might need some layouts and you don't want to cut all your 12 by 12, don't. But cut half or cut 4 sheets. Let me show you what we get when you cut 4 sheets. Moving right along. I'm saving these. But now I have the same standard pieces. I don't have a bunch of random things. And this is going to give me my card front. Okay, so there's that. So how many pieces did I get from my 4 sheets of 12 by 12? I get 6 per sheet. So I've got 24 card fronts from 4 pieces of paper, right? They're, both sides are awesome. And these are ready to build my cards. Then I'm going to take this piece and pop it in, and I'm going to put it either, depending on how many I've made, I'm either going to use the clear mount box, or I'm going to use the wood mount, the bigger one. I'm going to use the bigger one. Pop those in. I'm also going to take these extra pieces, and I'm going to pop those in here too. Now, the only reason I would hold on to these is because I do scrapbook. These would make great borders. They don't fit in here, so I would put those in one of my scrapbook boxes to keep those there. Now, if I'm not a scrapbooker, I'm only a card maker, I'm going to just cut these in half at 6 inches so that they fit in here and everything is together. Now, since I have a whole slew, I'm really good. I'm going to cut these at 6 inches. The cool thing about this trimmer, if you haven't noticed, if this piece is down, if you set that right there, it is right at 6 inches. When it hits right here, it's 6 inches. So it's really cool. You have to make sure that you hold it in place though. So I usually slide it up to the top. And you don't want to go off the end. You want to be right at your 6 inch mark. Here we go. Now we have our little strips I'm going to pop those in here. Now I'm ready to do my cardstock layer. Let's put these here. So now you can do cardstock layers in a lot of different options. If you want to be sure that you have a kit, so that I have 24 card fronts in there, and when you look at the cardstock, I get 4. So that means I'm going to need 6 sheets of cardstock to make sure that I can coordinate with that, right? A little mathy. That's as mathy as it gets. So I need 6 sheets. So because I like to put these together, I don't want to have an uneven number. I want to make sure that when I sit down to make cards, I have everything I need. So I'm going to do 2 Coastal Cabanas. I'm going to do 2 Whisper Whites. I could do lots of other colors, but let's go with a Whisper White. Oh, I'm grabbing the thick one. Sorry, that's not the one I want. That's my card base. I use just regular Whisper White for this. I thought it felt thick. It was. So there's 2 whites and 2 basic blacks. Now this is going to give me enough to make 24 cards. So I'm going to start with 5 1/4. I'm using 2 pieces. The cardstock's a little thicker than the designer series paper, so it doesn't work quite as well. 5 1/4. And 5 1/4. And then I've got this great strip. And then these are going to cut at 4. And if you notice any of my previous classes that say basic card sketch, it's these measurements. And 4. All right, so moving right along. So now we have these strips too. I want to show you how many it really is. It ends up being a ton. 4. And it's the kind of thing that you can do while you're watching TV, and then you have it. Then it's ready. So you don't have to pull all this out every time. And the measurements are right in the classroom for you. 5 1/4. The regular Whisper White you can cut 4 layers of. So I'm going to do it this way, 5 1/4. Leaves me that strip. Then these 2 we're going to put together. And we're going to cut these at 4. And 4, right? So it's kind of mass producing. But when you're done, you have a ready to assemble kit going on. There's that. One more Coastal Cabana, 5 1/4. And 5 1/4. I feel like a machine here. Right. And then 4 4. And one more. And then I'm going to take that strip. So now I have enough cards and bases to do 24 cards. I was too quick on that. Oh no, you went through. All right. Okay. So then I could take my thick Whisper White and I could cut, I'm not going to, I could cut 24 at 5 1/2. I'm just going to do one. 5 1/2, and I'm going to score you at 4 1/4. All right, so I got 2 of those. 23 more to go. All right, so I can put my trimmer away. These are you're going to want to check these out in the classroom. And now let's look at what we have. We have our card base, right? Then you have your cardstock in coordinating colors that go with our designer series paper, because we picked the colors it told us to pick. So I can decide, I could put, this is going to go like this. This is my nice mat on the front, and then this is going to go right here. Fits perfect, right? So what if I wanted to create this card? Well, first of all, I don't want to go cut up another piece of my black, because I just cut it all up nice. All I have left over are these scraps. I don't have enough that would give me this. Then I'm going to take my punch. This is the Starburst. Before I glue this down, I'm going to go right into the middle, and I'm going to punch it out. Then this is going to go down on my card. Like so. Right. Then this, oh, I could use either way, but I kind of like the other one already. This, the packages are really cute. They go like this. This is going to go here. Then this is going to go right there. And then I always have a piece of Whisper White that I'm just playing with. So when you use the Starburst, you use the 2-inch to give you that nice center. So pop out your 2-inch, and this is going to go like this, right on the front of your card. Now, I don't have to use this. I could have used a different item. What if I wanted to create a shadow for this bird that I'm going to punch? Notice I punched him out of here. What if I wanted a shadow for him? All right. Well, before I glue this down, I'm going to pop this up. You know what? I'm going to let this stay. I'll start again because I already have it cut. So that's card number 1. I'm going to take this again. I'm going to punch you with a Starburst. Sounds like I'm being really vicious here. And I'm going to kind of go down near the bottom. I want to leave myself space here. And then let's bring this over. Mr. Big Shot. And I'm going to pop this piece right here. And where did he go? And my bird. Now I'm not going to stamp him. I just want a shadow of him. Okay? So he's going to go there. Pop this on. Run this through. Now this is not waste. This is the front of my card. Sounds super crazy, but it's going to work. And then, while I still have this, I'm going to take this Whisper White, and I'm going to stamp my bird, but I'm going to stamp him with black this time. So I'm going to use my tuxedo. Okay. Normally you don't stamp on top of your Big Shot, but you know, we make it work here. I lost my die. Anybody see it? Where did my die go? I knew that would happen. I was on a roll. Where'd it go? Grr. Anybody see him? We're looking for the guy, the die. The guy die. My bird die. He's literally gone. I don't have that much space here. How could I lose him? I put it away, Lana? Lana, I never put it away. Oh my goodness, thank you. I did put it away. Ugh, line him up. See, you do it right and then you don't know what you did with him. Thank you, love. And then pop him in. I'm putting it in the case again. Okay, so put that down. Now, let's see what we've got now that we've lost everything. Okay, so we have this. We have this, right? Okay. So now I'm going to take my card. This one is going to go like this with just the guy on it. But I have this one. I'm going to take this piece and pop that on. You're thinking that looks really icky. It does, but we're going to cover it up. So no need to worry. Right? Fits my card perfect. And then I get to go through here and choose what do I want. I think I want this guy. I think I'm going to use this. Fits right here like a glove, right? Night, Lana. Thanks for helping me. Not be lost. Pop that on. And then let's put this together. Now I have room to stamp a sentiment on here if I wanted. I did happy birthday before. And let's do happy birthday one more time. And we're going to grab some Coastal Cabana just so that we get a little bit of color on here because everything's kind of black and whitish. And we're going to happy birthday right there. And then our bird. Bring this over. We're going to stick this down. Okay. And then this guy is going to go kind of off to one side just a little. So he's going to offset, because he's exactly the same size, right? One's a shadow, one's not. But we're going to set him off just a little bit. So he gets a shadow, then he's going to get some dimensionals on the back. So Love It, Chop It lets you be a little bit more creative because all the measury stuff has already been done. You don't have to think about what size do I need it to be? How am I going to I need 1/4 of an inch. I need it over by, oh, it just hurts my head, right? So because you go ahead and do all this ahead of time, then everything just fits and you are good to go. So we have this guy, we have this one, and then this one just needs another circle on it. Maybe it needs this guy on it or the lion. So lots of things I can do by a really simple punch, and so much better. Right, Vicki? Isn't it cute? Okay. I did not love this paper when I first saw it, but seeing it cut and mounted with a coordinating color that makes it really pop, I really like it. You don't have to use the cardstock if you don't want to. What if you're thinking, well, you know, all those cards just look the same. I want to do something else. Well, let's take your cardstock size, which is the 4 by 5 1/4, right? And if you took those and you cut them in half, so 2 by 5 1/4. Hey, Kimberly. So now I could do, this color doesn't really go, so I know that. But let's say it did, pretend. So instead of having 2 cards on the bottom, or two layers, I'm going to put this on the front of my card. I'm going to take this and mount this right here, and I get a totally different looking card, right? Super simple. But this gives me plenty to work with. Because I cut that as 2 inches, I could grab one of the punches that I've told you from day one, the triple banner, pop that in. And now I have this great piece that's going to go on the front of my card, like so. And all of this is all in my little kit, right? Because I put this all together. Let's get this berry burst out of the way so we're not confused by color. I just wanted to show you that there were ways that you could cut that up. So you've got your box. You're going to put your designer series paper that you've loved and chopped. Now if you don't want to cut your cardstock ahead of time, you don't have to. I just find it really handy to have everything all cut and sized ready to go for me. I'm going to put those 2 in here along with the extra little pieces. These make great tags. These make great mountings for, you might want to cut one of your punches out of this and have a coordinating color. Then you're going to take these strips. These are perfect for sentiments. So for example, I have Let's Celebrate You. That would fit right on here beautifully. And then I can pop it in my punch. Where is it? My everyday label punch is right here. This one. Classic label. So I stamp my sentiment, then I slide this little baby in. And now I have the piece that's going to go right here. Coordinates, again, everything's here. So pop those in. These long ones, again, I would cut them if you don't need them this length so that you make sure they fit in here. You can kind of do this with them if you think you might need them longer. Then it's kind of like a slinky and it pops out when you open it. So if you don't, see what it did? So if you don't think you're going to need them long, then just trim them down. And you can take your snips and do that. Or your scissors. There's no magic to how long they are. Don't throw your scraps in there. And then you've got all this ready to go. This extra card that I started and I'm not really ready for, I'm going to pop that in there. And these guys are done. So I could put them in there too. I stamped on the inside, I'm glad it's your birthday so I can tell you how wonderful you are. If you like to decorate your envelopes, you have plenty of stuff to decorate your envelopes with. And by punching out of this cardstock layer, you're sure that you have what you need and you don't hurt the front of the card, because from the inside it looks perfectly wonderful. No one can tell that this black has a hole in it. Okie doke. Love it, chop it. Thanks, Kylie, for your inspiration, and I do love it. She goes a little bit farther and has like really specific layers of cards and a gazillion different sizes. I find these two basic sizes work really well. I don't need to do any more detail because I can always cut them down if I wanted to. But this gives me the most paper out of my designer series paper. I get 24 cards out of 4 sheets, and it gives me plenty. I probably don't need more than 24 cards of the same designer series paper, and that leaves me 8 sheets to do layouts with. So I can't wait to see what you do. Love to have you love it, chop it. I will be back on March 1st. I might be tired, but I'll be back. But remember, March 5th, make sure that you go to the event page that's right here on this page that you're watching and say, I'm interested or I'm going. Please come. I don't want to be alone. And we're going to have a great time that day. I've got lots of activities planned, lots of giveaways, lots of fun things. Thank you all. I'll be posting, but I probably won't be live again before I go. See you all in a week.